Hello, and welcome to the Venue Coach Blueprint for Owners. I'm Kyle Labar. This podcast is all about helping you fill your wedding venue with more bookings, earn more from each one, and keep your customers happy for a long time. We'll also talk about some tough times and big lessons that I've learned along the way. Let's dive in together and make your venue the best spot for weddings. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Venue Coach. Today's episode, I actually wanted to talk about just fulfilling on events and parties. And this comes about because I have heard of venues that really just unlock the door and the owners will disappear or the managers will disappear after the doors are open and people are in there, and then they will show up at the end of the night and kick everybody out, and uh, basically it just is like an absentee venue owner. And while I can see some of the merit to that, it doesn't create a good experience overall, in my opinion, for your guests. And the reason being is they don't have any support while they're there. They don't, if something goes wrong, something is the matter. And the other thing is, if you don't have eyes on it, then your assumption automatically is to blame them, which isn't a great foundation for a relationship. Um, Instead, I want to suggest an alternative. And it's not that the owner needs to be there, but a representative should be, absolutely. And it's about the little touches. It like I'll make the point in this example. We get so many times we get anybody from the wedding party to the bride to the groom, it doesn't really matter, but we get just random people asking us for random things throughout the day as they're getting ready. It can be a lint roller, it can be paper clips, it can be tape, it can be a lighter, it can be an aux cord. We have been just, they ask us for all these random things. And the funny thing is, 9 times out of 10, we have the thing that they're asking for. And they might have forgotten it. Maybe they traveled 2 hours away or from over 2 hours away and they forgot it. And then they don't want to have to drive out to the store to go get the thing. And they understand that if that's what needs to happen, then that's what happens. But if they can avoid that, let's avoid it. But if you're not there, you miss those opportunities to create more value. What we're actually selling is not just the rental space. You're not selling just the hall and the aesthetics. You're selling the experience. And what do people remember? Oh my gosh, we had such a great time. They were so helpful. They had everything we needed. And when we forgot things, they had that stuff too. Like, they had us covered. And that stands out a lot more than, yeah, they opened up the doors at 9 o'clock and then they kicked us out at 10. And they said, like, right at 10, they kicked us out. And I've heard of that at other venues, and I think that that is just um, not not a good practice. I don't agree entirely with like that whole thing. And it's not that I am advocating being taken advantage of by your guests and your couples and that sort of thing. Absolutely stand your ground. Like for us, we draw the line if it goes past 15 minutes. Hey, unfortunately, we're having to extend time here, and then that's about it. So like 15, 20 minutes and we start holding our, like, that's coming out of your deposit. But if it's 5 minutes past, we're not really giving them an issue. And honestly, if they're making movement, like they're clearly cleaning up and they're doing all that stuff, we don't give them a hard time or bust their chops about it. Like we want to see the progress happen towards them moving to clean up and exit the venue, but we're not going to bust their chops about being 5 minutes or even 10 minutes late. And that's just our personal thing, but like we have things that we need to do that we start doing, and it's not really a big deal. But if they're just sitting there chatting, hanging out, and aren't moving towards the exits, then yeah, that's a problem, and you should absolutely stand your ground on that. So, anyways, I think that it's so important to do the small touches, to provide a little bit more. And it doesn't really take anything extra. Not really. It's just being there. So half of this is just being there and being ready to help as needed within the bounds of not being taken advantage of. And so you got to draw your own line on that, but I don't think that the line is to just not be there. Anyways, that's just some musings that I had while thinking about those types of venues. And I hope that as you listen to this, you gain a better appreciation for providing an excellent customer experience, and you'll start to see greater results, more positive reviews, and that sort of thing by doing that. So I hope this was useful for you. If it was, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.